Hey, everybody, welcome. Hey, this is Voice of the Veteran. And as we say every week, it is the number one show in the nation for firsthand veteran experience at the VA. I'm Nicholas Cormier III, Air Force, Air Traffic Control, along with Gayle Ochiltree, Army Airborne Veteran. And in the back, we've got our producer, MC Franklin, running the tech portion of the show. You back there, MC?
Oh, God, that's a good question to ask. You are, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank God. Okay.
MC and Gayle, do you have a question from a viewer for us?
Oh, I've got some business here on some cards. I'm going to just start in on it and just chime in whenever you have anything you want to say about them, too. But remember last week when Alexa went off when my daughter was calling me in the middle of the show?
Yes.
Well, I discovered that there's a do not disturb button that you can just swipe down and just, you just hit the little moon and done. Everybody's gone out of your life. So I got that taken care of. I always try to learn some new technology thing once a week because holy crap. I mean, it's endless, notifications and all kinds of stuff. And then I went around and unplugged the landline. You know what a landline is. I know what
I do not know what a landline is.
Yeah, well, it's not a mobile phone. It's like one that's hardwired in there for us baby boomers. So just so you know. So, okay. So, notification. I want to talk about how you can do a notification here and punch on a little bell somewhere and subscribe. So, you know about that more than I do. Say something about it.
Well, I know you're going to look around subscribe, right? When you're on the YouTube channel, you'll see subscribe and click on that subscribe, but there's a bell next to it. And if you click on that bell, which is you're referencing, what happens? I know Franco was telling us something happens when you click on that
it rings
bell.
a little bell and notifies you.
It notifies you of the link to watch the show, I believe.
Well, I need to try it my own self, but I'm just trying to get everybody to utilize that and know that it's available. And I'm going to have to, I think I did it, but I got to use it in order to figure it out sometimes. You know what I mean? So
you and I both.
Okay. There's two women we need to say hello to right off the top. And it's our mamas. And I understand that you're a bad son.
Oh, yes. Mother, first and foremost, happy birthday, Mother. I love you very much. I am so sorry for not calling you yesterday. I got caught up in my bike ride. A lot of things happened. I'm blaming the vaccine. It affects my memory. I love you. Happy birthday, Mother.
There you go. Now let's say hello to my mother. Hello, Janice, Marilyn, and Charlie. I mean, yeah, they're up north up there. We want to say hello to you too, because my mother, I don't know about your mother, Nicholas, but my mother has me on a huge screen TV. I mean, she's got TV walls all the way along the wall, man. She can go up and just give me a little tweak on the cheek on her television. I mean, it's an amazing thing, how big it is, So I want to make sure and tell her hello as well. And I want her to listen up regarding the vaccine today, because that's what we're going to be talking about. And that is a very important subject. Now, I didn't mean to announce that already because I still have some other business to talk about. So are you finished telling your mom?
Yes.
Happy birthday, because I don't want to, rush you or anything like that. But.
Mother, I'm very appreciative of everything you've done.
You're doing some major backpedaling there. Okay, now look, I want you to know, Nicholas's mom, that he's doing right things and he's not drinking any of the juice out of the peppercini jar because there's just too much salt in it. And I talked to him about that. And he's not chasing cars and barking at the tires, none of that stuff. He's just doing good things in life, and not, no HIPAA violations here. I'm just talking.
None at all. I have not walked through traffic in a very long time, and
me either. I'm telling you. Okay, so now I've got something I want to mention. We're gonna move on from the moms now. Yesterday, I always Spirit Mountain something. I'm always going to Spirit Mountain. Well, yesterday we had a Zoom Spirit Mountain Writers Workshop, right? And I just wanted to say a quick hello to, Mary and Carla and Tammy and Katya and Carol and Carolyn and Sharon. I mean, there was a bunch of them, a bunch of really great writers. We had a great day. Everybody has a different style of writing. And don't I recall you went to a writer's class at the VA?
I do. Yes, I am a UCLA Word Commando, and that is a creative writing veteran workshop that really does a lot for me personally. I've been there 2 times a week for 2 years now, and you know what? It has helped me become a stronger writer. It has allowed me to put together a collection that I'm working on, and it has also led to my being published. I've got 2 publications from that. So it's very great program. And we're also housed, when we can get there, building 220 VFW. What's that? Tess Banco, executive director.
Who's she now? Tess Banco, who the heck she?
Well, I believe she's the executive.
She's like the bigwig over there or something.
I heard that she was the executive director of the Veteran Family Wellness Center. She gave us a home. So thank you, Tess. She gave us a home where we can meet when we don't have these COVID protocols. That was thank you to Tess. And Robert Morgan Fisher runs the Word Commandos for us.
Oh, I'm glad we got that in. That's an important thing to know. Okay, so in this workshop yesterday, I wrote some crazy stuff. Of course, that's what I do. But I wrote some crazy stuff, about waking up in a dumpster behind a Woolworth store. Now, one of the comments was, I think Woolworth's closed. And I said, well, yeah, but it happened when I was 20 years old. So what the hell difference does that even make? You know what I mean? So no, they were wonderful.
You sure it wasn't Piggly Wiggly?
What'd you say?
You sure it wasn't Piggly Wiggly?
No. Winn-Dixie. Yeah.
Winn-Dixie. I love Winn-Dixie.
Now, I just want to say that Woolworth closed in 1997, but they are now online, and so you can actually get stuff. The Woolworth stores, brick and mortars, are closed, but they feature a picture of that civil rights lunch counter right on their website. And I went, oh, that's interesting. And then I thought you'd get a kick out of this. They featured a lovely Black family on the website. And I thought, oh, they don't want to make that mistake in this century. So, you know what I mean? But it was actually the Freedom Riders lunch counter and that whole thing that's totally famous. And it is on their website for the Woolworth store.
Wow.
And so the name Woolworths was just interesting to me. So I plugged it in because, I didn't want to write something and use CVS. I mean, what the heck does that even mean? I mean, is that community variety store?
No, I think the V stands for Viagra.
Oh, there you go. I thought it was the coronavirus store.
No, I don't think that's what it is.
Well, I looked it up, so I know what it is. It is the customer value store. Yeah. So that's what CVS stands for. And it's boring when I try to write about it because the dumpster behind the CVS store isn't as good as the dumpster behind the Woolworth store. So I'm going to stick with Woolworths until my baby boomer self can figure something else out. You know what I'm saying? I heard something about a blanket pardon the other day, and I thought they said
blanket
party. And I had a whole different attitude when I heard blanket party. I just have to tell you, that was just one of those that flew by in the, I thought that boy was on the road to Damascus, but no.
I see the light.
Whoa, amen. No, he just passed that right by, and went on to Jerusalem or something. I don't know what.
Maybe it's blanket party for blanket pardon.
I don't know. I don't even know. Okay, so I did get a question here, and then we're going to go right into our COVID experience at the VA. But I did want to say that I did get one question, and it says, does alcohol prevent coronavirus? Now, this is all these people in the drug and alcohol war and stuff, and they want to know if there's some excuse to drink, I think, or something. You know what I'm saying? So I said, yes, absolutely. I can confirm that alcohol does kill the virus. Now, drinking it, no. It actually lowers your immune response if you drink alcohol. But alcohol is a hand sanitizer will kill the virus. But if you want to make absolutely sure, you might consider drinking some Clorox and popping a hydroxychloroquine and maybe even a UV light up your butt. You know, I mean, that will completely give you the whole package right there.
Please do not try this at home.
Now my mother's turning off the TV. And that's when this happens, when you start talking about stuff like that. She's going to go, oh, that's just not polite, Gayle. No, it's not. You know, it's just not. But that's how I feel about it. Hey, so let's start talking about, see, we both got vaccinated. You're talking to two co-host vaccinated people. We got our first shot at the VA, and we're trying to get that coronavirus to be dead. I mean, dead as the Dead Sea Scrolls. We do not want corona. No. So we're going to talk about what we did at the VA. We're going to give you the phone number in the chat box about, you know, how to call and what our experience was. And we're going to go into this in detail right now. I'm going to say that I've been watching and waiting. This is just right starting into subject one, Nick. Yeah. I mean, just right at the beginning. And I'm going to say I've been watching and waiting and researching all these various vaccines and viruses and all their morphing and development. And I was waiting to jump into line at the VA. And I mean, you know, I wanted that vaccine, you know, and 6 days ago, a friend sent me the number, and I don't know. Let me see if I can just send that number. Whoops, that's the
310.
That's not even it. But I'll do that when you start talking. I'll make sure and get that 310-268-4900 number in there, and building 401, because that's important. I mean, that was your same experience too, right?
Absolutely, building 401.
Okay. So, I mean, I've been feeling like I was sent to my bedroom by Mother Nature. I mean, coronavirus, you know, just go home. You know, it's like, okay, what did I ever do, you know? But I haven't had it, thank goodness. A whole bunch of people have. I support each and every one of them and their process for getting through all this stuff, because it's, I mean, I don't have to say. Everybody knows how awful our lives are in general. No matter what you think about it, stuff's going on with us, affects us every single day of our lives. So,
Gayle, you on the roll today. Did you call the number yourself?
Yeah, I called that number. I immediately called it, and it was busy, of course. But you know what? That's not the VA's fault. This is a special situation, and I did get through. You know, I've just been looking forward to the day when Corona is Corona and Donald is a duck. You know, I'm so done with all of this news and whatever the way it is. So yeah. So I'm on the roll, all right. But here's what I did. I called 9 times, okay, and I got a busy signal. Now, again, nothing wrong with that. Thank gosh, they've got it, you know, got it going on. So I called 9 times. I finally got put on hold. Now, I was happy that I was in line, because that meant things were moving forward. That's the key there. Yeah. Now, I was on hold for 37 minutes. And I mean to tell you, you know, so you had that experience too?
I was put on hold also. I was about 42 minutes. Okay. About 42 minutes, but I was told to wait. And thank you, Gail, because you're the one who put the number on my radar and that building. So I have to give Gail a big shout out for that. And so Gail, when you were on hold, did someone answer the phone?
Well, they answered the phone, but I mean, the whole time I had that phone on a pillow. Man, I'm walking around with it. I didn't want it to, get hung up for some reason or click me off, because then I'd have to do all that silliness all over again. And you're welcome, because I don't want to be around you unless you've been vaccinated.
That's what it was.
I said, I can't be around him. I don't even want to be a Zoom with you unless you're vaccinated. We got to do it with Franco, too. I mean, MC Franklin back there in the back. I mean, we got to get him stabbed.
But
so you told her, why can I share the part of what you said when she was saying, are you a priority group?
Yes, you can, Gail. Yes,
okay, so Nicholas tells me this story. He says he goes up and he talks to the nurse, and the nurse says, "Oh, are you a priority group? Are you a pre-existing condition or something like that?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm black."
It didn't get me through, but it softened her up.
Yeah, I'm good. I never thought that was a pre-existing condition. That was the funniest thing I ever heard. Okay, so all right, let's get ourselves down the road here. What the heck? Okay, so I had that on a pillow, and you said, didn't want to bump the phone or anything. So
right. You don't want to bump the phone. I mean, but it's kind of like that because it's that delicate of a process. I felt the same way. It wasn't a situation where I wanted anything to happen while I was on that call. You know what? Because I wanted to make sure I got in. So no, I hope you didn't bump that pillow.
No. I was sitting there listening to it. I did laundry. I did all kinds of things while I was waiting. But I finally get somebody on the phone, bottom of the page. And I get this lady on the phone. Her name was Beverly Mannings. And she was wonderful. I mean, seriously, just lovely individual, and probably pressured all day long with all these phone calls or whatever else. But what was interesting was Beverly Mannings works in the VA business office. Now, people are volunteering from all other areas, and we need to understand that this is not her job. Well, it is if it's assigned to her. I understand that. But you know what I'm saying? It's not her normal job. It's not in her job description, probably, to answer coronavirus stuff. I mean, no, but she was very polite, very lovely. And I thought maybe I'd get an appointment in 2 weeks or a month, because I just want to get in line. That's the goal, right? So no, it was the next day. I went in at 8:00 the next day, and I got my first #1 vaccine. And really, I'm thinking that it's not even possible, for me to get this vaccine in a timely manner. I mean, after all, it is the VA. I just said that quietly, I'm not trying to sell it. I'm just saying, I'm thinking, oh, it'll go quickly, anyway, I got my shot, done.
Wait a minute. That's the short version of the story. Let's tell our viewers a little bit more about the step-by-step firsthand veteran experience of getting shot 1 of the coronavirus vaccine.
All right. Well, my best advice to people is to prepare for anxiety of finally getting this shot. The anticipation was overwhelming for me. I have a friend, and the anxiety of physically getting the shot, thinking something's going to happen, whatever else, that's nothing compared to what we set ourselves up to feel. Hear me, mother? Yes. What we set ourselves up to feel about getting this actual virus. I mean, it's triggering people's PTSD. I've been talking to veterans, and they're just, they're like breathless. And I have to say, I was too.
How do you mean, Gail? How do you mean?
Well, talk about high anxiety. I mean, it was just awful.
So PTSD just kicked in, or
Oh
did
yeah. Oh yeah. I was dizzy. I was dizzy and breathless before I went in there. So it had nothing to do with the virus. I felt as if I could vomit. I mean, seriously, I was just really triggered by this process psychologically more than the physical aspects of the thing. So everybody was trying to comfort me, like, oh, don't worry, it's just a little shot, and it's over with. And I'm going, I don't care what you do to me. I'm doing more to myself up here in my head over this than.
Yes.
So, and I wanted the shot. It's something I wanted.
And you got the shot, right?
Yeah, I did. I got the shot. But Nicholas, I was fearful, thinking that, this is the VA and they're going to screw it up. And I'm thinking to myself, no, it'll be better this time. They won't. And I walked in there and all the people were happy. They were, the staff was like, so gracious and ready for all of these veteran attitude problems and stuff. And it was just great because I said, okay, you sold me. I'm just going to get in there and be happy along with you. And I'm thrilled with the VA. And, I have to go back and get another shot. And, I'm going to take a disco nap before I go there for that. I'm going to take myself a little afternoon nap and be a little calmer before I go in, But there's always a way for me to know what the VA is up to, because I just get out my, what do you call it? My Ovaltine decoder ring.
Come on now,
and I just kind of twist that around there and I go, oh, Congress is putting out a Mission Act policy today. Oh, this is going to happen. Yeah. And that's
I'm going to have to ask you not to bring up Ovaltine again.
Well, use an 8-ball. One of those 8 balls you shake it up where it's yes, or whatever. That's how I know what the VA is up to.
But Gayle, you told me about 5 hours later, because we were talking, and I'm just going to throw this out. As veterans, when we go through this, I like Gayle checked on me and I checked on Gayle. We were just checking on each other to make sure we were okay after the shot. But I remember, Gayle, you told me about 5 hours later that your arm felt like a little bit of flu shot pain, like regular, normal flu shot pain.
When I lifted it up, it hurt in that spot. I didn't have any other symptoms physically at all. Just that kind of achy.
Like a punch, like somebody punched you in the arm kind of feeling?
Yeah. I put ice on it. It went away. And the next day it was no big deal. I mean, I could still, move my arm around and feel it a little bit, but it wasn't.
Same here. Same.
Yeah. Is that the same with you? Because I mean, stick a needle in you.
Exactly around 5 hours, it felt like a flu shot. I knew I had gotten a shot, and you know what? The next day, I didn't feel it.
Yeah. Well, us checking on each other is an important thing. To have a, I hate to say battle buddy, because I mean, that's so worn out, but I mean, it is true. I think it's important to just have somebody nearby that you can give a quick call, or somebody that, you don't have to be ongoingly depressed, and not realize what's going on, because the culmination of everything being centrifuged down over the last few months, and we've been waiting to get this vaccine and this point, I mean, I really, we haven't felt safe for a very long time regarding this issue. And it's like, oh my God, is this finally going to be the beginning of the process for us to actually have a way to battle back and fight back, personally, with regard to the coronavirus? And I felt like, Dr. Spock, I mean, not Dr. Spock, but Spock on Star Trek and Data, when they can all of a sudden feel emotion or something like that. And it's like overwhelming, well, that's how I felt. It was like, okay, so here's the deal. A friend of mine calls me from Florida, right? And she says, yeah, I remember you're going to have your vaccination. And how did it go? How are you feeling? And I said, oh, I'm fine. Just my arm hurts a little bit. She goes, well, I have a friend who I just can't quit crying. And I went, what? And then I asked her what brand of vaccine, she got. And then another friend called, one from Alaska, one from Nevada, another one I can't remember where from. And I kept asking about the different kinds, the different brand names, because I'm thinking, what the heck? I said, are we getting some kind of depression thing? And, and then I told my daughter, and she goes, no, that's when you have corona psychosis or whatever the heck. And I go, oh, I just don't understand why I feel like this,
So
and we all had different brand names.
Were you thinking it's because of the shot?
Well, I didn't know, and I was kind of sorting it out, and I'm thinking, am I being affected? And it's, I feel bad physically, and therefore now I'm feeling psychologically bad, or I didn't know.
So all we need is a bunch of more depressed veterans out there. So tell me seriously, Gail, what are you thinking? What were you thinking about?
Well, without going into all the details, I'm thinking that exercise, nutrition, Spirit Mountain, whatever your support situation is, things like that. And if Tri-West would ever pay my therapist, that would be a good thing. But we don't want to go off on that subject because, the whole VA knows about that. And I just don't want to go off on that. But, pay the woman.
So then we can get our money back in ourselves and back in the show.
That's right. I'm going to have to ask the VA for my money back. You know what I'm saying?
What form do I use for that request?
What form? Give me my damn money back.com or whatever. So let's try and do subject 2. Subject 2.
Did you want to go through the pictures, Gail, the shot experience?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. Absolutely. We have lots of time to. Oh, wait, you worked really hard to get all these pictures and everything. Yeah. Let's make sure that Franco knows that's what we want to do next. And you just start talking over the top of whatever you want to, and I'll say silly stuff in between.
Okay, MC, do we have the short video and the pictures of the experience? I was able to take some pictures and some video of the experience, and we just want to share that with you about the vaccine, because we know we have a lot of veterans out there
like this. Now, this is at VA West Los Angeles. We want to give the location, but there you go.
Yeah. Now, Gail, I do not know what that truck is.
Well, that's a really good lead-in, Nicholas.
I saw the truck. And I just figured I should take a picture of it. But this is things that are changing around the VA.
Yes.
The VA has responded to COVID, and you can see it physically at the hospital. And one of those things is all of these trucks, tents. A lot of things are set up outside the hospital, and that's what you're seeing right there. You're seeing the COVID response in these pictures right here.
That's really good shots. That's good. You did a good job with this stuff.
Thank you, Gail. And I was just able to go there and take some shots of things, and also this is
that line right there that says COVID this way, get your shot that way.
Exactly.
It's little right there, and you maybe can't read it, but that was a good. They're all over the place.
All over. Some of them are even handwritten to make sure that people know where to go. So what you find there is still some more of the tents and the truck outside front. Now you're seeing when you walk in the VA, this is VA West Los Angeles, you'll be screened. You're going to be screened and asked
Building if you have 401.
Yes. And then this is that entrance is on the east side, I think, of the hospital, but we're going to move toward the building 401 as we go through. This is a setup outside of the hospital also, and we'll see if we can scroll through some more of them. Just to give you an idea of what's going on at the hospital.
And I'm going to put the number in there that we talked about.
That's a waiting area right there. After you get processed in and get checked in and receive your vaccine COVID-19 vaccine card, you're going to wait to get into a room to take the shot. This is the waiting area.
But outdoors.
Yes, outdoors prior to getting the shot. That's what you're looking at right there. Now, what you see in my hand there is a number. I was a walk-in. So I didn't have an appointment. I walked in. They take walk-ins in groups of 6. So
I
I had
have an appointment.
Yes, yes. There was an appointment lined also, and it was moving very briskly. I mean, they were ahead of schedule with the appointments. Now
I
I
have
had
no
number
problem.
2.
No problem.
That number 2 means I cannot move forward in the process until 4 more veterans show up and request the shot and get cleared to receive the vaccine, because walk-ins are taken in groups of 6. So that's why you see my number. It stays with me. Once the 6th veteran walks up, then we can move forward as a group to get the vaccine. This is for walk-ins only, but
Good
this is
information. Good information. Mm-hmm.
And what you see right there.
Get back.
Yes, you see the shot right there. That, of course, is the coronavirus shot. Take a look at the needle. Take a look at that needle. But you know what? I don't like shots, and you know what? I just want to say you also saw the VA logo. And I want to say that, you know, I can complain about the VA and everything, but I always talk about veterans, and I talk about valuing veterans. And I got to tell you, when I received that vaccine, I felt valued by the VA.
You betcha, me too.
So I just want to make sure I shout out. I can dish about it, but the reality is credit goes where it belongs. And thank you to the VA. Okay, now you're going to have paperwork. Keep in mind that score. This is the paperwork to get in. Please, Franco, move past. My age is on there. Please move that briskly. Also,
I didn't know you were 75.
Well, you know, Gayle, I had to do what I had to do. I needed a shot. Gayle. So that's the waiting area after you get the shot. You could potentially have an allergic reaction. I didn't see any while I was there, but you're going to be observed after you get the shot.
Oh, so I know about the allergic reaction, though. It has to do with people who are actually on allergy medication. They need to make sure and tell people there, because they asked me 3 separate times. I've heard that from many different sources. So that's an important thing to let people know, because any kind of cross-contamination, yeah, no 2 medications could there's a word and I can't remember it right this second. But
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so that's important. Any allergy medication, you need to tell them and have a little discussion about it, and so that they can watch you closer. That doesn't mean they're going to eliminate it. It just means they need to watch you closer.
Yes, and I was observed. It wasn't like a process taken lightly. I was actually sat down and I was given another number. But keep in mind, I'm a walk-in, so I was given a number. Mine was 17, and they put me in at what time I received the shot. And immediately after my 15 minutes passed of observation, I was told I could leave. They called me and said, "Sir, you can leave." So.
Well, they gave me a number when I came in. It was like 9 o'clock. They gave me a number that said 9:15. Don't leave until that time, and they gave me a little sticker. So there's different ways of them doing that. But.
Yes, absolutely. And I don't know if you have the video, but if you wanted to see it, I did record the shot.
Yeah, I want to see it. Maybe he could play it. It's pretty quick. So
I can walk. I was actually able to film the shot while I was receiving it. And again, I'm not a person who likes shots, but man, I don't know. MC, do we have the shot video?
And we're hanging in there for a second. This is just like actual TV, isn't that interesting?
Just in case we have it. If not, MC, we can always.
Oh no, he's gonna
dial it up. It looks like MC's dialing it up. Okay. So just to give you a quick rundown with the shot situation, I walked into a big room. Now there's a major setup. The vibe in the room was good. Like I felt welcomed and I felt safe when I walked in that room. So I just moved on. Now the next thing that happened was I was sat down in front of a doctor. Now that doctor goes to prepare the shot. That doctor also checks out, lets you know what shot it is. He told me you're getting the Pfizer shot. Then he told me about the expiration date and said, your shot is not expired. So this is something that my doctor did. It's something to take a look at to make sure that the shot is not expired. The doctor assured me, your shot is not expired. He showed me the expiration date to verify that. And then at that point, you know, I'm not going to lie to you. I told the doctor, I said, doctor, I'm scared. And doctor said, and the doctor said, do you have any questions? I said, no, I'm just wow.
I saw that. You were laughing. You go, I don't have any questions. I'm not asking any questions. Just snap
yes, please. Yes. So here's the video. Here's the video.
Cool. Thank you, MC. Appreciate it.
You, MC.
Okay, there you are.
Yes, that's me waiting. That's me waiting. And I'm just telling you all, we're going to have an engagement piece that comes out later, but I'm just telling you all about the experience. I was just sharing my experience there waiting for the shot. Now you see the doctor. He's cleaning my arm off. Now,
oh my God, the anticipation. It's too much.
I'm not where I used to be. Now you see it. Ouch, I'm again. Yes. Now, I don't want to brag, but I got a lot of muscle. So that went straight through muscle. You know, that's why
I'm happy about this process.
Yes. Then he wipes it off and he tells me that's it. It's that fast. It was just, I mean, I never did feel it. I was shocked. I don't know if my anxiety was so to the moon that I would have felt nothing, but I mean, seriously, I was just, it was nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm telling you, it's a psychological part that's going to get you. It was quick. And I mean, obviously as veterans, we've received vaccines before, but you know, the shot went through and I immediately felt a sense of relief, just like Gayle mentioned, with all of the stress of dealing with this virus. Of course,
we've got 2 weeks before immunity level is even truly engaged to whatever it is, 50 to 85%.
However high it is.
The second one, it's another 2 weeks before it's 95%. So, and even then you have to wear a mask and take care of yourselves because we're just one of the first ones. We still have to live in Corona land, for gosh sakes. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Absolutely.
I'm still with mask and gloves, you know, but also I think one important note is you're going to receive a COVID-19 vaccination record card. It's going to be important to keep that card because you need it for your second shot. So my appointment was scheduled. I'll be getting my shot on February 4th, the second shot.
February 3rd for me.
Yes, February 3rd for Gayle. That date sticks in my head. I already know that date. And
I got a tattoo.
Yeah, I did. I did too. I don't have a tattoo. You know what? You know, well, I read Leviticus, and I don't have any tattoos. No, but yes, I have mine. So what I did was I put mine away to make sure I don't lose that COVID-19 vaccination record, and I'm going to make sure to bring it with me to my appointment for my second shot. So that was my experience. I'm very grateful to the VA, grateful to Gayle, and I've got one shot in and waiting on the second.
Yeah, we'll see. What they do with the second one? I don't want to get start over again or some silliness. I want that second one. You know, don't mess with me.
And Gayle, what's that note you always tell me about the brand of the shot? You always tell me
about Pfizer being the time between. I actually learned something new when I was at the VA that, you know, it's 21 days between the first shot and the second shot for Pfizer. And then the Moderna shot is 28 days between the first shot and the second shot. But when I was there, I tried to listen and they told me that there's an actual window of time. 21 days, I guess, is the best possible day that you can get it, but you can get it 17 days in between, but they're controlling that. It's just, if they need to, it's okay that it's not exactly on the right day, but you shouldn't be deciding that. And I shouldn't be deciding that.
I didn't decide.
They needs to do that, but it's okay. If it's,
I had 2 options. Actually, you know, I had the 4th or the 5th. They gave me 2 dates that I could choose from. I chose, you know, for me, I said, well, normally I would never take the earlier date with a VA appointment. In this case, I said, I'll take it on the 4th. I'll take it on the 4th. So yes, I was. It was handled incredibly efficiently,
Man,
and it was
congratulations, VA. Yeah.
absolutely bang up job. Bang up job.
I encourage any of my vet friends to go through that process and just give them a break. These people are doing things that, you know, they're trying to make it work for us. They're doing a really great job of it too. They've gotten their own selves vaccine. So we know now we can sit in a room with a doctor eventually and have an
Right?
appointment without Zooming them. I
Right?
mean, seriously. So I'm thinking let's move on to our second subject, which is about military customs.
Yes.
Now, do you remember any military, well, not customs, but things that we do that the civilians never understand? Yeah.
Well,
I mean, one thing specifically that the military does, and all branches do it. I've never met anybody in the military that doesn't know this. They burn the strings off of their uniforms. You light the lighter and then you tap it out. I mean, you
yeah.
get ready for inspection, you burn strings.
String burning. But well, I think I know exactly what you mean. But tell me just to make sure.
Well, burning strings on your uniforms before an inspection, or maybe Air Force people don't have strings on their uniforms. I don't know.
Well, Gail, you know what we do as our customers, we must fold T-shirts in 6x6 squares, and that is our custom in the Air Force. If you are able to fold those T-shirts in 6x6 squares, you have passed the test, and you are an airman.
I didn't know that. And all your heels and your shoes have to be grounded, and you have to make your socks smile.
Well, you do, but that's the true test. The test is not the folding of the 6-inch squares. The test is how can everyone have everything done the same way. And once you figure out how to have everything done the same way, that's the true test. But that's just a little secret. Forgive me, Air Force. But custom.
So that's good. That's your VA story about. Your veteran story about Air Force stuff, because I can't know what they do. I've never been able to figure that out, what they do. But anyway,
we fold T-shirts, Gail. We fold T-shirts.
Well, I love that. And so several of us vets, I want to give you an actual application of the string burning thing, because it's hysterical. So a bunch of us vets are actually standing outside the building at the VA over near 401, where we got our shots, by the way. And we were in some kind of a UCLA class. And we were just standing around outside kind of taking a break. And well, like veterans always do, there's a couple things they do. They're always pulling out a lighter and getting rid of a stray string. I mean, it's just like, oh, there's a string. And, oh, do you have a lighter? Yeah. And you just light it. So you don't just pull on it.
No, you can't just pull on it, because if you did, the thread might come out and your sleeve will fall off.
That's basically it. That's basically what goes on. It's terrible. And that's right. So you burn it off and then you tap it out, tap the fire out real quick. And so we're burning strings. And the UCLA intern comes in out. Now we just call them turns, and he runs out and his eyes are like real wide, and he's going, stop. You're setting your clothes on fire, You're
kidding me.
No, I'm totally serious. And yep, we were confused and laughing because we were just burning strings. It's just a veteran thing to do.
So, we really should be doing a podcast on firsthand veteran experience at the VA. These are great stories. So Turn has never seen a string burn.
No, he has not. And there's more. So a VA nurse struts out.
No. She struts?
Yes. Nurses in the military or in the VA who are in charge, they strut. Think about it, like on MASH.
Gail, I've only
they strut. And so she says to the VA doctor, she goes, "What's the problem here, Turn?" And the intern says, "Well, they're lighting their clothes on fire." And And so she looks at us and she winks. She says, she pats him on the shoulder and she says, "Come on inside. I'll explain it to you. It's just a veteran thing." And so, she pats him on the back. It was amazing. That's exactly what happened. Seriously.
In the Air Force, we used to, I guess we have customs too in the Air Force. And, that to me, the string burning, that's a Black custom. That's what they do when we're at home. My mother would burn a string. She would,
Really?
Oh, well, yes. You only get one set of clothes at the beginning of the year. So you're not, you know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm just kidding, Mother. I'm just kidding. But in the Air Force, our custom, we had a name tag custom. Our custom was when someone separates, they give someone who's still in their name tag, and that's just something that they pass on to us, and that's a custom that was very important to me. And every time one of my fellow airmen separated, I was given a name tag as they went out into the world or into the reserves.
Interesting. That's cool. Well, veterans do a lot of unique things, like, comparing knives. A knife to a veteran is a tool, not a weapon. So when we see that sign that says "no weapons allowed," it's kind of like, yeah, but they didn't mean my tool. Seriously, I've been to that hospital for so many surgeries and stuff, and I like the place. I have to learn to love it. And it's nice to be around other vets. So, so we can all burn strings together. You know what I mean? And without people thinking about, our weird behavior. It's just like, you got a lighter, I got to burn a string. Oh, hell yeah, here. It's just, that's the way it is.
But you know what? But that's also us taking care of each other too. That's what we do. Veteran to veteran. That's absolutely. That's what I love, and I'm so grateful for having served, to be in that kind of atmosphere where we take care of each other like that. String burning. Thank you. You taught me something with that, because I didn't know about string burning.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Well, I want to tell you that I want to skip along here to our next subject, because we're running out of time already, for goodness sakes. And it takes a lot of work to develop a guest list. And we don't have a guest this week because we were both getting vaccinated, and we needed to keep our gate for these appointments and to be available and all that kind of stuff. So that's no problem. We're not going to have a guest every single time on this show. But right now, I want to talk about another subject, and then I want to make sure that we do our wrap and recap and announce our guests for next week and all that kind of stuff. So we're just going to take 5 minutes to do this next blood chit thing, maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes. And it's about blood chits. And let me know if you know about blood chits. Do you know what a chit is? That's like a receipt. Is that what you've heard before?
Well, it's like, isn't a chit like a voucher?
Voucher. That's a better word for it. A chit, a voucher. Yeah, that kind of thing. Well, in this case, when the United States officially entered, I'm going to read this part right here. When the United States officially entered World War II in 1941, the flight crew had survival kits, which included blood chits, now, which are printed in 50 different languages. And it's called a blood chit. Do you have a picture of that back there, MC? Not that one, but the next one. Thank you, Volunteer Services, for that little thing you sent me. That was that. I was going to show that. But the blood chit, it's like a flag, and it has a bunch of writing. There it is.
Yes.
Now that would be sewn in the back of your jacket, and down here in all these different languages.
50?
Yeah, printed. I am an American soldier and I need help. There will be a reward if you assist me with my recovery back, to American personnel, or whatever it says. But that's what a blood chit actually is. So these blood chits promised a reward. It's mostly pilots that use these. There's like a gold coin. There's like, gifts and maps and sewing needles and things like that. And then that's in the back of their flight jacket. So it's smart.
It is smart. I wish I had one for my jacket.
Well, exactly. I want to skip down here to down here to the part where I mentioned, yeah. How do we say that? Tavek or Tevik?
I see it as Tyvek, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm just going to say Tyvek. Well, anyway, in the middle of the page, I'm going to read this part about Tyvek material, Nicholas. Will you please read the description about it so people can understand what that material is? Because it ties in very nicely with our shots and COVID stuff. So I'm just going to shut up and let you read that.
Okay, I'm just always amazed at how you connect things. Just in general, Gayle, but in comedy, in story writing and in life. And, here we go.
Okay.
Tyvek is a brand name of flash spun high density polyethylene fibers, a synthetic material. The name is a registered trademark of the DuPont company, known for their production of chemicals and textiles. Tyvek is often used as house wrap, a synthetic material used to protect building during construction, or as PPE, which is personal protective equipment against lethal viruses, as SARS-CoV-2.
Ding.
Water vapor can pass through Tyvek, but liquid cannot. It's PPE. Medical gowns are made from this material. The protective equipment hazmat suits that you saw us suit in at Wadsworth Chapel when we went inside the chapel, that was Tyvek material.
Yes, it's the very same material as the World War II blood chits that the pilots sewed into their jackets, into the back of their jackets. And the same material is currently being used for all kinds of things because it won't tear. It is used for wristbands when you go to a concert or a convention, those wristbands that you use. Yeah, that's this material, or a nightclub or the hospital bands that they put on. That's that material. So my wish as a veteran is for voluntary service to create a blood chit for veterans so that we can have. Now, some of these, sometimes it wasn't always Tyvek. Sometimes initially it was a cloth material. So this could be just any kind of creation. But if I had a blood chit, I would love it as a veteran to have a flag and a place, like if I go on a fishing trip or something, or that Project Healing Waters fishing trip or something. Yeah. And I have that thing in my pocket, of my intentions and my ICE plan, my in case of emergency plan. Yes. That would be really, really cool. Well, it would have things like my blood type, O positive, and please just take me to the nearest hospital. And it might be written in English and Spanish and German or something, or.
Well, Gayle, this would be really helpful to veterans when traveling, like you said, on the fishing trip or wherever we might go. I have veterans that obviously I spend a lot of time on the VA campus. I know that I have veterans that have medical information that they have on them, but this provides someone to have something all in one place. You would have everything on your blood chit. That's a great idea.
And it's a historical thing, it feels kind of veteran-y, and I kind of like those things, I mean, they can give us all kinds of things, but I love it when they give us something historically meaningful. I really just love the heck out of that. So absolutely. I'm just saying, well, you know what? It's about time, for us to start wrapping this up for this week. And so let's do the wrap and recap and talk about what the take home is for each one of us today. For me, there was so much to consider this week, but, I'm remembering the intern going crazy and burning strings is what's cracking me up this week. So I'm just going to say that, lighting my clothes on fire. I mean, that just makes me happy when I go to sleep at night, watching that pool go crazy, What about you, Nicholas? What about you?
Well, Gail, I've realized that a knife is not a weapon. It is a tool. It is a tool.
It is not. It's a tool, damn it. So anyway, announce. Go read our last paragraph and wrap this sucker up and tell them who's going to be on the show next week.
Yes,
and all
yes.
I'm excited.
Absolutely, I'm excited too. And you know what, Gail? Real talk. Blood shit, thank you for that. That's something I did not know. Customs, I'm grateful for customs because I've been separated for a while. Anytime I can reconnect with customs, it just brings me even more into understanding of what service has meant for me and to me and what it means for my brothers, sisters who are still serving. So
that was beautiful. And that's right. I agree with you. That's a wonderful thing to say. Good for you.
Well, thank you.
I mean that sincerely. I mean, well, good for you. No, I mean,
no. I didn't take it that way, but I just thank you because I get to learn something every week. And
I do too. Every week I research stuff and learn more and more and more. We're going to learn more about vet ticks. Get to the end paragraph for the love of God.
Absolutely. So that's it for this week on Voice of the Veteran. Please join us next week when we'll attempt to once again tell you about vet ticks. Next week, 24 January 2021, our guest will be Stephen and Carolyn Ochiltree.
Oh, yes, it will. I happen to know them personally.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I do.
I've met them myself, and I'm grateful to have them to agree to be on the show with us. Their incredible work at the Fresno Rescue Mission will be covered, and their experience in hiring recovering addicts and recovering alcoholics in their restaurant.
Why would anybody do a thing like that?
Well, I don't know. That's what we're going to ask them.
I know. I want to know why. Why?
Yes, but the cool thing is, on top of that, we also get to talk about food insecurity next week. And I'm excited to hear more and learn more with you about food insecurity. And this, for myself, I'm Nicholas Cormier III with Gayle Ochiltree and MC. Please join us next week for more firsthand veteran experience on Voice of the Veteran. And we're going to be here, same bad time, same bad channel.
Same bad channel, same bad time, same bad channel. That's us, and we're signing off for this week. All right. I'm looking forward to next week.